Angola's ruling party, MPLA, elected on Friday President Join Lourenço as the candidate for the August 2022 presidential elections. The election of Join Lourenço for a second mandate takes place 5 days after the main opposition party elected Adalberto da Costa Júnior as their candidate.
Pesa que com o empenho dos jovens, o empenho da mulher,
with the commitment of young people, the commitment of women, and the commitment of our activists, we can say with certainty that the August 2022 party is already here.
Essa festa de agosto de 2022.
The current president replaced former President José Eduardo dos Santos in 2017. Dos Santos stayed in power for 38 years.
É congresso histórico.
This is an historic congress taking place at a time when the party is celebrating 65 years of its foundation. The congress was well attended. For the first time, the party adopted the principle of parity, with 35% of young people in the party. And in fact, the party is getting stronger.
E, de facto, o partido sai cada vez mais fortalecido.
The current president vowed to restore Angola's oil-dependent economy and fight graft, leading to accusations of a political witch hunt by the former First Family. The authorities in Ivory Coast have announced a partnership with Italian energy giant Eni. The announcement on Friday was made by Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara in the company of Eni's CEO Claudio Descalzi. The Ivorian president expects production to start in 2023. The exploitation will begin in the coming months, which means that from 2023 and 2024 the Ivory Coast will be an oil producer at a significant level. And of course, with regard to gas, the amount of research is even more important. The project will also be important as a source of training and employment of young people in the country. We have the training aspect, which is very important, the employment aspect for young people, and the aspect of helping to decarbonize. So this operation will not create an additional CO2 problem. This is something we appreciate. The announcement of the partnership follows the discovery in August of significant reserves of oil and gas in the country. The leader of the opposition of Benin, Rekia Madugu, was sentenced this Saturday to 20 years in prison for terrorism. The former Justice Minister appeared on Friday before a special court in the capital, Porto Novo. Rekia Madugu is accused of orchestrating an operation to assassinate political figures, prevent elections and destabilize the country. The former Justice Minister tried to be a candidate in last April's presidential elections, but her candidacy was also rejected. The scrutiny led to the re-election of President Patrice Talon with over 86% of the vote. Last Tuesday, the special court sentenced another key figure of the opposition to 10 years in prison. Former international player Samuel Eto'o is the new president of the Cameroon Football Association. The former star of Barcelona and Inter Milan replaces Seydou Mbombo Njoya, elected in 2018. Samuel Eto'o was elected with 43 votes, 12 votes more than the previous president, removed from his duties since January by a sports tribunal. At the time of his candidacy on November 17th, Samuel Eto'o said he was confident he would be the next president of the Cameroonian Football Association. Cameroon will hold the final stage of the African Cup of Nations from the 9th of January. In Cameroon, the conflict between the English-speaking separatists and the rest of the country has thrown the education of children into chaos. In English-speaking areas, many education establishments have closed down. The crisis started in 2016. The director of the only school still open in this English-speaking area is aware of the challenges ahead. Before the crisis, we had about 600 students, but it was only last year that I took the courage to come and reopen, and we slowly try, but we have not reached the challenge yet. The violence has created a generation of children that are illiterate. Many fear for their long-term prospects. Many children are traumatized. They lack furniture. There are too many of them in the class, so it's difficult to control them. Sitting in a class, there are at least 90 students for every teacher. It is also very difficult. The conflict has killed more than 3,500 people and forced 700,000 people to flee their homes. The Secretary General of the Norwegian Refugee Council has appealed for help.
You can see the school. It's cramped beyond belief. There are 600 students here. Nearly all of them are displaced children from the conflict to the west. So we need to help here. There is much too little support for Cameroonian children, for the displaced.
According to UNICEF, in 2019, more than 850,000 children in English-speaking schools have been deprived of education.